No, rest you space pirates out there. Hello? And welcome back to Space Engineers with...
D-Swing!
And unfortunately, this isn't our survival world.
Nope, you may recognize it from my last week of things I've been working on.
Yes. Something of a topic to talk about later, the survival world may not come back as y'all remember it. But that is for a discussion later. What we're doing today is what we had planned on a stream, and D-Swank kind of went really wild with it. The small ship, big ship.
You know me, when I start something, I don't do it half-assed.
No, not at all. So, to bring you some level of entertainment on my end, and to get back into Space Engineers, I will be joining and building my own small ship gone wild of sorts, while D-Swank works on his monstrosity behind us. Or
yes.
Wherever it actually is. I can't see.
Yeah, it's behind us. It's kind of off that way.
So,
while Fuzzy is doing this, he is actually free to use any of the modules I have created, just because it'll be a test to see if these are actually useful as modules, or if it's just lucky for me as that's the way I build. So, you okay? Are you crouching?
I see you all out there. Ready to get to work?
Yeah, except you were looking in the wrong direction.
No, I wasn't.
On my screen, you were kind of looking at the cameraman's crotch.
Okay. Well, we're not going to get into that right now.
Okay. The entrance is the easiest entrance is at the back.
The back passage.
Okay. This area will be the cargo bay.
Okay.
This is kind of the top of the cargo bay, and then there'll be a deck below. And there'll be stuff over here, and on the other side, probably like medical and things like that tucked away on the other side, as well as things like fuel tanks or things like that.
Gotcha.
And there is gravity, so once inside, you can turn your jetpack off and walk around.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so this is one of the rooms over here, like the bedroom or bunk room.
Okay.
Haven't really done anything with it.
I know it's just rendering, but as you walk through and it feels like it lights up like a sensor almost.
Yes, I like that. I also really like the view out these windows. It turned out a lot better than I thought. Okay, is this? Yeah, okay. That was another room. This area in the center is kind of a group. Well, I haven't really figured it out. I thought about turning this into, say, like a refresher, like showers, toilets, and other sundry stuff that would be more personal type.
Yeah.
I've also thought about tucking all that away in this area, since all 4 of the rooms have that here. So, don't really know. If I do that, this is probably going to be like a rec room.
I gotcha.
And that's just another bedroom sort of area that's not finished. And if I turn that other into the kind of a rec room, I'm thinking this would be mess.
It's sort of like a 10 forward almost.
Yeah. Which I really like this. I don't know if you've ever seen Enterprise.
Oh, yes, I have.
Okay, you remember the Andorian ship?
Vaguely. It's been a while
The
since I've
Kumari?
seen it. Yeah.
That's been the biggest influence in this.
Okay. I have a friend who all but hates Enterprise. Which is a bit sad, really. It's got its problems. I mean, what Trek series doesn't?
Yeah.
But in his own words, it's a bit too W.
W.
Yeah.
Weird?
No, as in George W.
Ah. Okay. Alright, and then up the next floor, and I've kind of lost you. I don't know where you went.
Took off outside to look out the outside a little bit. I'm coming back in.
Okay. There you are.
Yeah, I gotta turn my hood back on and find you.
I'm behind you. Yeah, these stairs go up.
Right. Getting leg workout today.
And this will kind of be the open area here will be kind of the machine shop.
Yeah.
This is going to be the main engineering area across the hallway, which will have the repulsors, the hyperdrive. Oh, that's what I forgot to load in. Small ship jump drives.
Ah, crap.
We can still mess with that in a bit.
Yeah. Step out here and load up after we get through all this.
Yeah. And then the reactor room.
Ooh. Piping?
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, it's tires, but
well, I know.
I thought it looked kind of like cable.
Yeah. That was my immediate thought when I saw them. I love the batteries, how they look like radiators when you was building them.
Yeah. This turned out so much better than I expected.
Yeah.
And then, since we're in creative and the batteries can power everything,
Right.
we're shutting the reactor down, and they're offline. Both
Very
sets.
nice.
I love that. And then they're coming back online.
That's too awesome.
And I never would have thought of this if it wasn't for doing the spotlights on that other station series.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then this is a little brighter than I expected.
Wee bit.
I may have to pull a couple lights. But yeah,
This is going to start lagging before long, big time.
I'm actually very impressed that I locally hosted. This is doing really well.
Right. So where's the nose of the ship going to be? Is that going to be out here where you already kind of rounded it out, or further out the other way?
This is going to be the nose.
Okay.
The bridge is going to go. I've got to cut it out, but it's going to go right in here.
Okay. Am I upside
Underneath.
down, or are you okay? I'm about to say.
No.
Underslung.
Yeah, it's going to be an underslung bridge. But yeah, that's kind of what I've got.
Very nice.
So, yeah. So, do you want to go ahead and get started and wait on the jump drive bits, or go ahead and restart now?
Let's go ahead and get it out of the way now before we get too far into building.
Okay. Originally, my ship was going to be significantly smaller, and it just kind of grew.
Should never stifle creativity. Let it run.
Yep.
But I think my ship's focus is going to be simply a cargo ship, like a freelance, pretty much a Serenity of my own design.
Yeah, mine was going to be a well, originally this was going to be kind of like a luxury Serenity, if that made sense.
I got you.
And just the curvature of the ship made it to where I couldn't do the make it as small as I wanted.
Right.
Also, one of the advantages of us both being in world working on things is, say, if you need help with the say an airlock system.
Right.
I can help you with that, or if I feel I need an opinion on what this module is going to look at, the final result of it, I can get that. Which I am going to ask you about that, the final result for this module.
Okay.
Question.
Yes.
Okay, with shields, I'm using a light that's very similar to the light with the pistons in the generator room. Because that just seems like energy theme. Jump drive, do you think I should use the same color lights when I'm making that decorative? Or do you think I should use a different color on it?
What color is the other one you used? It's kind of a bluish.
Yeah.
And my thing's floating off. I would probably, to me, I think it probably would need to be a similar color, if not the same.
Okay.
Alright, I quit floating off.
Let's see. Also, the shield generators look like they don't have texture at the moment.
Alright, so since we're both either mudding to ourselves or in full concentration mode here,
Yes.
For those at home who are probably already wondering, since I mentioned what I did, what do you suppose we do need to do about Space Engineer's survival if it is gone? Should we do a full restart? Pick up where we left off? I mean, it wouldn't be that easy to do, considering I don't think we have anything blueprinted, much of it.
Yeah, the closest we have were the MERS and I think your fighter. We could, in theory, throw together an attempt at all the other ships that we had, except for the captured, the one we just captured.
Right there.
Right. So, don't even know what I distracted myself. Set up actions. Groups. Give me a sec. Let me get this thing done before I continue on. 4 off, 5 on, and all blocks. I need 6 timer. Timer 6. Start. Okay. So we could attempt a rough restart, because I know we can download the base of the station that we used. We'd have to find a new asteroid, and we could attempt to quickly rebuild everything we had. We'd have to find a similar roid, and it'd just turn into a mess.
Yeah. It wouldn't be pretty.
So honestly, I think that is our last option. However, if we try this again, start, say, on easy Earth scenario. Okay, and we set up, or maybe not easy Earth, maybe some of the other scenarios, but use the mod that adds other materials in.
Mm-hmm.
We'd have to have some vanilla planets in there for that to work. And so probably spawning on Earth would be best. Add in the aluminum and the oil and all this other stuff.
Right.
To make it more complex. Because we've proven multiple times that we can get from on planet, off planet very easily.
Right.
So we could go with some more complex options with that. So let's see. And if we do that, I say we continue to use the mods that we have, but we add in things like the resource mods, and then we can add in the late game resource mods as well. Add in some additional planets, things like that. We may have to blueprint everything, shift the server to another planet or another world just for stability's sake.
Right.
With the additional planets. But something I suggest, instead of just going with, if we're going to be going with the Dunwich issue, or still building a large ship like we had thought, why don't we have a competition? This gives us a second week of stuff. We have a competition where we build a large ship that is our project to build in actual Space Engineers. We do the interior and all that other stuff, and we turn it into a competition, and we have it built, and we suggest to the viewers which one we end up as our final project.
Okay.
I think that might be kind of nifty.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me. Because to be honest, I'm tired of rebuilding after Space Engineers doing what it does, and this time around, and honestly, with what might come about with the mods and whatnot, yeah, it actually sounds like a really good idea.
Do it. We have a competition to build the big ship, and we just paste the big ship in.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what we can do? We can have the Dunwich. We can have our two that we make in the competition, and we can have basically the Dunwich is kind of the third option. See what everybody thinks of it. Right. It's huge, but we can have it as a third option, because give everybody something to vote on, or an opinion. Or we could use our Small Ships Gone Wild ships for that as other options.
Yeah, we could.
I mean, I'm just throwing ideas out now, seeing what sticks.
Yeah, because again, I'm a little tired of rebuilding our worlds. Done it one too many times now.
Right. Okay, Fuzzy. Can you come down here and give me your opinion on something?
Alright. A quick bouncing around. Alright, what we got here?
Look at it. This is the shield module.
Okay. I thought you said their color was weird.
Yeah, give me a sec. See. Without painting, this is what it looks like.
I thought they was always that color. What were they before?
I thought there was more detail to it. But
Right, so we got some fluctuating lights in there.
yeah. What do you think?
Not bad. You, personal opinion, you may need to make the generator parts itself a little darker so it contrasts better with the light behind it.
Okay.
Yeah, that's better. See, now the light actually shows through a little better.
Okay. Alright, it's just... Before I installed it, I wanted an opinion.
Right.
So, consider it if we're going to do that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll have a rough idea of how complex and how much work we can get done for the competition ship with what we do here. Like, how much work it is. We may end up having to do more than 1 week with the competition ship.
Right. And that may be required anyway, depending on how much...
yeah.
So I'd
All right. Somebody suggested module for this.
Mm-hmm.
Was a module that did atmospherics. So basically, I not atmospheric flight, but like in the life support, a hydroponics bay.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
That'd be neat.
Which I may work into it.
And the thing with these large ships gone wild type things to begin with, they don't necessarily have to function for what they do. So you could use the oxygen farms as the mock piece and just had some generators behind it or something, or on it somewhere. I got a feeling mine's going to be a bit heavy for its size.
Shh. Have you seen my ship?
For its size. Yours is humongous. I expect it to be heavy.
Mine's not much bigger than the Manta.
That's true. It just, with all the small block detail, it looks a lot bigger than it is. And I have a feeling that I may end up liking using small blocks for this. A lot more than I expected I would. Just because you can get a lot more detail and a lot more shape to what you're doing.
Yeah.
Without the loss of room, and you get more of a ship out of it than a flying brick.
Yep. There's a few downsides to doing this, but for the most part, it's not too... Wait, you're too far forward. Need to pull you back. It's not too... what would the right term be? Disruptive?
I suppose. What would the disruptive downsides you think about?
Well, some mods, just like the big battleship cannons,
right,
you can't use. Which I love, because even my big block ships tend to go wild.
There we go.
So that one's... Yeah, none of those I did right. Yeah, that's better. So, how is Meow Mix doing?
Being a little bastard. As all kittens are until they learn the rules of the house. He's doing good. I gotta schedule a return visit to the vet the last week of this month. And other than that, playing with any and everything he can find, including my feet and hands and my own whiskers, and waking me up at 5 o'clock in the morning for something to eat. He's being a cat. He is being something I probably needed ever since Shala passed away.
I do need to... Probably would be easier to just do this across the back. I'm almost to a point I need another opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
T-section?
Yes, that is a T-section. This is the jump drive module.
Oh, nice effect in the background.
You want to see how it's done?
Yeah. What are these?
What? That's the jump drive. This is all jump...
No,
There's
little things on the side here.
the square things with the green on them?
No, the it looks almost like solar or battery.
Yeah, those are jump drives.
Ow. Really?
Yeah, I just have them turned sideways.
Huh. Cool. Okay.
Okay, how that is being done. So you can look in.
That's cool. Ow.
I'm going to have to put a timer on here that is tied to that is called a lockdown timer.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to name all of them that are have moving pieces like the rotor or the pistons. So I kind of need to add that. Well, I can deal with the pistons just fine, but
Right.
by adding that, but so that you can put a lock or stop the rotor or the pistons and turn on the locking mechanism
Mm-hmm.
on all of them. But yeah.